Sawadika, welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. If you've been following me on Facebook, you know that I've been playing around with my new ice cream machine and trying to work out a good coconut ice cream recipe. And today it is ready to share. So I wanted to start out my first ice cream episode with coconut ice cream because it's pretty much the only traditional ice cream we have. If you go to ice cream shops here, you see 1,000,001 different flavors. You go to Thailand, the traditional sort of street cart vendor ice cream vendors, they'll only have coconut ice cream. And so that's why I wanted to start with this one. So let's take a look at our ingredients. So if you've made ice cream before, you will notice that that list of ingredients looks nothing like your typical ingredient list for an ice cream. There's no milk, no cream, no eggs, none of that. And that's because in Thai cuisine, we don't use any dairy products. You may have noticed that I've never used dairy products in any of my cooking except for in drinks. And so the coconut milk serves as the creamy component of this ice cream, but still the end result is going to be more like halfway between a sorbet and an ice cream. It's not rich and creamy. It's a little lighter and icier. Much better for a hot and humid day, actually. So let's talk about the coconut water. Just one thing I want to talk about before we go make our ice cream. The coconut water you can get from one of these coconuts, okay, or you can get one of the pre-packaged ones. But I wanted you to be aware that the ones from a fresh coconut like this is a lot more fragrant and usually a little bit sweeter. If you get from a pre-packaged one, you want to make sure that it's 100% coconut water, that there's no sugar added. No, the ingredient list should just say coconut water. And I mean, if you can't find it and you get one that's sweetened, you may have to mess with the amount of sugar in this recipe a little bit. So you just open it. I'm not going to show you. So this is the one that I got my coconut water from. And I'm not going to show you how to open this because I am terrible at it and it's never pretty. It's so ungraceful when I do it. I call for 1.5 cup of coconut water because about 1.5 cup is in one of these. So if you're short a little bit, just make up the difference in coconut milk. It's not going to be too far off. And there's other YouTube videos you can watch for how to open these. All right, let's go and cook our ice cream. So I've got my coconut milk here sitting over a flame and this is so simple. I'm just going to put everything in the pot. I'm going in with the palm sugar. Oh, hello. And I'm using palm sugar because palm sugar has a really nice flavor. If you use good quality palm sugar for this, you don't actually need to add any flavoring or extracts, anything. The coconut water and the palm sugar together will make the ice cream very, very aromatic. And of course, good quality coconut milk. So I always use 100% coconut milk for this one if you can help it. So I'm just gonna cook this until all the sugar is dissolved. And then meanwhile, might as well add everything else. So going in with the white sugar. So there, I'm not using all palm sugar because I want to make sure the ice cream remains white. So the palm sugar is going to make it a little bit off-white. And also I find that if there's too much palm sugar, because it's got that butterscotchy kind of flavor, too much of it will make it a little richer than I'd like it to be. It's not as light and refreshing as I wanted it to be. And then our salt, just to brighten everything up. And then at this point, I'm going to turn it off. And then I am going to add in my coconut water. 1, to help it cool down faster. 2, because I don't want to cook away any sort of the aroma of the coconut water. I want to make it as fresh, as real as possible. And then I was holding off on you. There's one ingredient I did not include in the ingredient list, and that's because it's not entirely necessary. About 2 tablespoons of vodka. And no, it's not because I want to get drunk on it, and it's not enough that you can even taste it. But I find that with my machine, because it's just a home machine, the ice cream actually freezes very, very hard when you put it in. And if you've made sorbet at home before, you may have experienced this. And the alcohol just helps prevent it from freezing too hard because the alcohol doesn't freeze. So, a small amount dispersed in the ice cream mixture will help scoopability. I mean, by all means, if you are using a more serious machine, you may not need it. Or if you already have your own tricks of how to make your, in this case, it's closer to a sorbet, how to make your sorbet more scoopable, then by all means use those tricks that you have. And that's it. We're just gonna let it chill in the fridge before we go and churn it. So now let's talk about the add-ins to our ice cream. You don't have to add anything to the ice cream. The ice cream is perfectly delicious by itself, but to make it a little more interesting, I'm adding two different things, and that's jackfruit and young coconut meat. Now jackfruit, first of all, is a ginormous fruit. They go from anywhere between here to, I've seen as big as here. And the flesh inside is yellow, just like these, okay? And there used to be a pit in the middle, and now it's gone. And so this is canned. I can't get fresh jackfruit here, and so the can comes in a form like this. It's got a very interesting flavor and smell. If you've not had jackfruit before, it might be a bit of an acquired taste. I would taste it first before committing your ice cream to it. Cut it into little pieces and stir it in. It's very common to find coconut ice cream with jackfruit in it. So the young coconut meat, you can get it out of this. If you're using a fresh coconut, you can just get it. I ate that part, but there used to be coconut meat here. But you can just take a spoon, a sharper spoon would be better, and sort of scrape out the inside. And then, come on. And then this is kind of what you cut up and then add to your ice cream. Okay, so you just do that. Or if you're not using one of these, you can also use a canned one. So a canned one is actually not that bad. As far as canned stuff goes, this is pretty good. It comes already cut into big pieces like this, and you can just take it and cut it up into small pieces and then add to your ice cream. You can add other things, but I would recommend no more than half a cup total amount of things in it, because I've put 1 cup of stuff before and it was more like, rather than ice cream with stuff in it, it was stuff with ice cream around it, just holding it together, and it was not very good. So whatever you decide to do, no more than half a cup. At this point, just proceed according to your machine's instructions for making sorbets. Make sure your mixture is completely cold before you churn, and for a good texture, be careful not to over-churn it. Stop it when the mixture looks like a thick milkshake. Freeze the ice cream in a shallow metal pan because it'll freeze faster, which will result in a smoother texture. So before I bring out the ice cream, fingers crossed that it's gonna be okay, let's talk toppings. There's lots of different toppings you can do when you get a traditional coconut ice cream, but I'm gonna talk about my few favorite ones that are easy for you to replicate. First is the sticky rice, the sweet sticky rice, the same one that I use for my mango and sticky rice. So if you make mango and sticky rice, you've got extra rice left, you can make the coconut ice cream to use it up. So just a little bit, and the rice, when combined with the ice cream, becomes kind of the chewy factor, which you never get in ice cream, right? So it's kind of fun. And then to go on top, I've got roasted peanuts, which is also really super classic. They almost put it on everyone. You can also do the crispy mung beans, the same ones that I made for mango and sticky rice as well. Finally, the sandwich bread. Well, it's more like a hot dog bun. Hot dog buns work better, but you can get any sort of fluffy white bread, and then you put this whole setup in it, including the sticky rice and everything, and you eat it kind of like an ice cream burger. And I'm not going to show it here because it's incredibly messy, but it's really good for those of you who are so inclined. So let's bring out the ice cream. So I'm rushing it a bit. It could probably use a little bit more time. It's somewhat scoopable. Yay! Oh, how cute. I'm gonna go in with my peanuts. Also a little bit mung beans. Ah, extra crunch, I'm so excited. Spoon, that would be important. Oh, and also a lot of people like to drizzle evaporated milk on this. You can if you'd like. That's so good. Oh. It really is halfway between a sorbet and ice cream. Very coconutty in a refreshing way, not in the rich curry way, and icy and Anyway, here's the coconut ice cream. I hope you enjoy it. Please, if you've got the setup to make ice cream, give it a chance and let me know how it turns out for you. You can get in touch with me through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or write me a message through my website, hopthaikitchen.com, and that is also where the recipe is going to be. And if you enjoy the show, please click to subscribe, and I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal.